I apologize. I have a magic carpet door bike to ride. I had to come out here walking. How's everybody doing today? Really interesting. Let me try that again. How's everybody doing today? You know, first of all, my topic this afternoon, you know, when Scott said, Cedrick, I want you to speak in Singapore, he wanted me to talk about recognition and gratitude. And I want to start off, I want to start off really quickly by getting into the heads of all of you that are in the audience. And I want to do so. I want to do so by you doing just a simple exercise with me, because I think before we can become diamonds, before we can become double diamonds, triple galactic superstars, Star Trek diamonds, we have to be grateful for the moment that we're in. We have to be grateful for the time that we have on this planet right now. It's called the present because it is a present. So I want all of you really quickly to just, with me, just breathe in really quickly, just breathe in. Do that one more time, breathe in. You know what that was? Air. That was air. You know, you should be grateful for the fact that you were breathing, that you were here in Singapore, that you were in a place that is so beautiful. You know, as we were flying across the lovely ocean, I must admit, I'm grateful for big seats on airplanes. I'm grateful for the fact that we got here safely. But I'm grateful for the fact that in this moment, we have an opportunity called Jeunesse that is changing lives around the world. You know, 10 months ago, I walked into an office and I met the best owners in all of network marketing. I walked into the office and I met Wendy and Randy, I met Scott, I met the corporate staff, and I realized that all the stars were lined up finally after being in this industry for 17 years. And I picked up the phone and I called up my better half and said, what do you think, honey? After giving her the details, and she got on the phone with Wendy and Randy, and she's got that women's intuition on steroids, and she said, baby, do it. Do it. And it was almost like that whip that, you know, she rides horses, right? Whoops, do it. And I said, oh, it's on there. And all of a sudden, things changed in my life. They changed in people's lives all over the world. But more importantly, I'm grateful for the fact that we all have this company. So really quickly, because this is a special moment for all of us at our 6-year anniversary, I'm sure you're all grateful for this opportunity that Wendy and Randy created for us. But you know what? I don't really think they know. I don't really think they know how grateful you all are for Jeunesse here in Singapore. So on a count of 3, I want you all to do me a favor. On a count of 3, I want you all to show Wendy and Randy how grateful you are for this phenomenal opportunity called Jeunesse, by making as much noise, so much noise, that the people in the bookstores down the road are wondering what's going on in the expo. That it gives you the opportunity to walk down the hallway and maybe recruit a handful of people. That's what we do, right? So on a count of 3, now look, we can't do this in this mediocre halfway thing here. I mean, we've got to put up some energy. We got to put up some energy. Because you all believe that Jeunesse is that opportunity, correct? Nah. You all believe that Jeunesse is that opportunity, correct?
Yes!
Okay, now there's almost 20,000 people in the room right now. So on the count of 3, let's let Wendy and Randy know that. Let them feel it in their heart. Let them feel it so much that Wendy might start shaking, and we'll make sure she doesn't have a heart attack because there's so much energy in the room. but I want you all to shake the building so everybody knows who Jeunesse is. 1, 2, 3. Yeah! We're all about redefining youth. I truly believe it's about redefining your life. It's about redefining your life. Now, we're grateful for this opportunity and we recognize that we're in a great place right now. But here's something that I also want to speak about this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, recognition matters. Recognition matters in everything that you do. You know, it's great that we've recognized the diamonds. We've recognized double diamonds. We've recognized triple diamonds. But you know what? In order to become a diamond, in order to become a triple diamond, in order to become a double diamond, in order to become a Star Trek Imperial diamond, you know what you have to be first? An executive. You see, that is the building block of this opportunity. I've never in my life seen a home that was built with the roof first, and neither have you. Every home on this planet was built with the foundation, what? First. The foundation inside of Jeunesse, the foundation inside of this compensation plan is executive. But you know, too many times we forget how we got to where we are today. Too many times we forget that once we become this rank, that we forgot the people that helped us get there. You know, it's great to be a diamond, but Wells Fargo and SunTrust in Florida, they don't recognize that. They don't know me as a diamond. You see, I don't walk into the bank and say, hey, I'm a diamond, Cedrick Harris. They say, great, is that a deposit or a withdrawal? You see, the reality is, ladies and gentlemen, the reality is we have to make sure that the people who got us to where we are today are recognized. Do you realize that 99% of each and every one of you sitting in this room today has not had anyone clap for you since high school? 99% of the people on planet Earth have not had anyone clap for them since high school. Now that's scary, isn't it? Some of y'all are scratching your heads like, wow, I didn't think about that. But maybe there's some validity to that. There's a significant amount of validity to it. This is why you must celebrate everyone. You've got to celebrate everyone. So, you know, we've got executives in the room today. We've got jades in the room today. We've got pearls in the room today. We've got sapphires in the room today. We've got emeralds in the room today. We've got rubies in the room today, and diamonds and above. And you know what? Why don't we take a quick moment to recognize the building block to each and every one of those ranks? Let's take a moment to recognize the building block to each and every one of those ranks. So if you are brand new in Jeunesse, if you are a brand new executive inside of Jeunesse or just recently hit executive, do me a favor and please stand up. Everybody clap for all of the new executives in the room. If you're a brand new executive in the room, please stand up. Everyone, please clap for each and every new executive that's in the room. This is your building block. This is the building block. Now, guess what? Guess what? Without them, you're not here. Without them, there aren't any white couches. Without them, there isn't a ruby section. Without them, there isn't an emerald section. Now, you can recognize people numerous different ways, ladies and gentlemen. You can recognize people numerous different ways inside of this industry. But you know, we get so content because Jeunesse pays so well, you know, and it's changed a lot of our lives that we don't think that that little person matters. Do you realize that one phone call could change that person's life? That one Facebook post could change that person's life. That one text message could change that person's life. That one hug could change that person's life. You see, men and women die for it each and every day, and babies cry for it each and every day. Ladies and gentlemen, it's called recognition. People love to be recognized. You know, I want you to think about this. I'm in Singapore, a gazillion miles away from Florida, and I can tell you that before I left, me and my fiance, we had to drop off Ricky Bobby and T-Bone. Ricky Bobby is a little Welsh Corgi, I love him to death. T-Bone is an English bulldog. And let's think about dogs for a second, because we love our animals, right? Now, what happens when you recognize your animal? What happens when you tell your animal, good job? They go and do the same thing all over again, don't they? That dog goes outside and uses the bathroom, and you reward the dog. You reward the dog. The dog is so excited. The dog wants to please you again. And he does it again, and he does it again, and he does it again. And he constantly wants to please you because the dog wants to be rewarded. Now, let's take that and expand it times 10. Your executives want to be what? Rewarded. They want to be recognized. Now, I'm not telling you to say, hey, sit, boo-boo, sit. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is recognize that person for the little win. Every win counts inside of this business, ladies and gentlemen. Every win counts. Too many times we think it's all about the big, gigantic win. That win of winning a trip to Orlando, that's a big deal. That win of going executive, that's a big deal. That win of them doing their first three-way call, that's a big deal. Most people get in this industry and they think the telephone is 5,000 pounds. Okay? Celebrate the fact that they just did their first three-way call. Celebrate the fact that they just recruited their first person. Celebrate the fact that they just brought in their first customer. Celebrate the fact that they just came to their first event. You know, I was talking to Diamond Director Kevin Lattimore a couple of days ago, rock star out of the United States, and Kevin said, I just came off of a cruise with my top 20 people. You know, he rewarded his top 20 people inside of his business with the cruise. Now, people get in for the money, ladies and gentlemen, but they stay for the feeling. They get in for the money, but they stay for the feeling. Okay, so if people are getting in for the money and they're staying for the feeling, how are you making your team feel? People will forget what you said, but they will never forget how you made them feel. So how are you making them feel? Do you make them feel like they want to be around you? Do they have that warm and fuzzy when you show up? Are you giving them that energy on Facebook? Are you giving them that energy on the phone? Are you calling them and congratulating them at the right time? Are you recognizing those little things? Wow. You know, network marketing is simply personal development with a product attached to it. That's all it is. It's personal development with a product attached to it. So if it's personal development with a product attached to it, ladies and gentlemen, what you have to become a master of is people. You have to become a master of people. The beautiful thing that we have is a phenomenal product line. But you know what's tied to that product line? People. You know who your customers are? People. You know who your distributors are? People. You know who your upline are? People. Who's your downline? People. You have to become a master of people. And one of the things that I will tell you all in this room today is that if you start paying attention to your people, numbers matter. Yes, your J-Mobile matters. Yes, logging into your back office and looking at your volume, it matters. But if you don't pay attention to the people, you have no volume. You have no volume. If you don't recognize the people that are on your team, J-Mobile means nothing because all you're going to see is zeros. And you're going to keep hitting refresh. What's going on? Refresh, refresh, refresh. There's nothing wrong with the system. You have no people. You have to recognize the people that got you to where you are today. So in closing here really quickly, because in case you haven't noticed, it's pretty humid out here. In closing, here's what I want to tell you all. I want you to remember why you're in this business. I want you to think about the lives that you are changing just by showing up. I want you to think about the lives that you are changing by assisting someone to make an extra $500, to make an extra $1,000, to make an extra $5,000, to be able to get a new car, to be able to put a down payment on a home, to be able to pay for some hospital bills. I want you to remember why you're doing this business. Because if you remember why you're doing this business, and keep in mind the foundation of this business will always be people, and you focus on people, and you are grateful for each and every moment that you are breathing in. You're grateful for all of the people that are around you. Even though I feel like it's 187 degrees right now, I am grateful that I'm sweating. So I want you all to look to the person to the left of you and tell them, you rock. Look at that person and say, you rock.
You rock.
Look to the person to the right of you and tell the person to the right of you, you rock. And today, before you go to bed, you see, my team, we have a separate Facebook group. We've got a Facebook group that has so much recognition in this crazy. And one of the things that I am a stickler of is that it doesn't matter if it's your left leg, your right leg, your orthopedic leg, your leg with no kneecap, call it whatever you want. Recognize everybody. It doesn't matter if it's 17 levels deep, 7 levels deep, it's in your pay line, it's not in your pay line, but Cedrick, they're my strong leg, you're building already, they don't need me, it's okay. If you don't recognize them, that won't be your strong leg too much longer. Pay attention to the people that are building the business, because those are the ones that are keeping your lights on. Those are the ones that are keeping the energy boiling in your body, that's allowing you to do what you do. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, take the time today before you lay your head down and thank the new people that have joined your business. Give them a shout out, especially all of you that are sitting in these white chairs right now. You know, the phone call from you could change somebody's life. Just one phone call. The phone call from you. The pictures that people need to take. So what? You know, somebody said, Cedrick, do you get tired of taking pictures? Hey, 20 years ago, nobody wanted to take my picture. You should be excited that someone wants to take your picture. Okay? Be excited about those things. Be grateful for the little things, because if you aren't grateful for the little things, at some point, God will remind you, and the big things that you have will turn into David Copperfield. Poof, and are gone. Thank y'all. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Mr. Harris. Such an inspirational talk. Thank you. As I was watching in the back, I saw him sweating, so I know how much energy and passion he puts into this lecture that he gave us, or the talk that he gave us. Next, gentlemen, I have the privilege of introducing today